Hi, this is Kelsey. I had to dye quite a few pieces of paper and other things, ephemera, um, various colors for a project coming up. So I thought I would show you what I used with dyes I had around the house. Start with the yellow. The yellow I used Golden Yellow Rit dye. This is fabric dye. Most people have a bottle or two for whatever reason they bought it. I got it on clearance. And it was really nice. Of course, when you dye papers from various sources, they always dye a different color. But basically, I used about 1/3 of the packet of powder. I added it to 1 to 1.5 cups of water in a large glass Pyrex dish. It's about 8 by 13 inches, so I could put larger papers in it. Especially the music sheets, they tend to fit in there almost perfectly. And what I do is I just take something from the stack of paper, dip it into the water, or the dye water, and see if it's the color I think I want. And if not, you can add more water to lighten it or more powder to intensify the color. My second color was Rit Rose Quartz. I chose this instead of avocado dye because when you're trying to make avocado dye, it takes a long time. You have to boil it and everything. You take the skins, the peels, and the seeds. I try to dry them out for weeks on a little paper plate and then store them in a jar, and they always mold. They still mold. But you can make all sorts of colors. This isn't in this goes in a different stack. But yeah, I got all sorts of colors, like this peachy tone, and then pink, and then this watermelon pink. You know, and I used about half the bottle in a 1.5 cups of water. That's all you do. Mix it together. No salt, no vinegar, nothing. You just use water. Then my third color was an orange. With the sunshine yellow and more of a sunsetty orange, I was hoping to get a pretty good intense orange color. And there's another piece. This goes in here. But I took Easter egg dye. Everybody has it. And when I was a kid, you just got the little 4-pack of the little bottles of dye, food coloring dye that you use for everything. And I've used that before. I didn't today. Today I used a packet of this Dudley's Dazzling Dye, blah, blah, blah. And I chose it because it said orange, nothing else. And all the different types of Easter egg dye I keep in this box had a label on the colors. I just had to go with this one, which was a powder, and I mixed it in a cup of water. I took a coffee cup, or standard coffee cup, filled it up with water, dumped it in my dish, and added this dye. And I thought, oh no, it's not dark enough. So I started playing with the papers, and I saw it was okay. And so just went ahead and did it. I didn't try to find more orange dye and make it a stronger color. But that's okay. Everything worked out. My next one was Tazo tea. I used Passion tea. I took a cup of water in a Pyrex measuring cup and stuck it in the microwave for 2 minutes. It was boiling by the time the 2 minutes was up. Then I took 4 tea bags, because these are for individual cups. I put them in the water, let it steep about 15-20 minutes, and then I squeezed out the tea bags, kept them because they were already dyed, and the little tags weren't really dyed, but I don't care about that. I'll still use them. But you pour this into the pan, that glass dish, and you just start going. And I call this blackberry because you get all these dark purpley black tones. This is great for Halloween coming up. If anyone wants kind of spooky colors, and you know, for a night sky background, this is awesome. So that's my Passion tea bag adventure. Tazo tea, Passion Tazo tea. My next color, I used a very inexpensive watercolor tube. It was a set of cheap watercolors they gave you in a kit to do something. I think it was a butterfly painting kit. I think that's where this came from, but I used half a tube, squeezed it into a cup and a half of water in my big Pyrex dish, mixed it around real good, and then just started sticking different things inside. And I got all sorts of colors, and I am very impatient. I also say lazy, but I'm very impatient, so I stick all of this stuff on cookie sheets in the oven. Of course, then I have to iron it later because it's all crumply, but you know, hey, we like that crunchy sound when we touch our papers and junk journals. And the last color I chose gave me more of an aquamarine color, and what I'm making are Zen journals with a beach theme, because you know it's very calm and peaceful at the beach unless it's raining, and then it might be very stormy and loud. But I got all sorts of variations of this color. Again, it's because of where all the different papers come from. They're all different. They've been treated differently. And I used blue raspberry lemonade Kool-Aid unsweetened. You can get any brand of this sort of thing. Oh, and sometimes they have 10 for $1 or 20 for $1. You can get tons of this stuff, and it smells good, but there's no sugar. And you just mix this. I put a cup, another coffee cup, standard coffee cup filled with water into the dish and mix this in. And I thought, I hope that's dark enough, but it acts like watercolor, just like the Easter egg dye. Do not use vinegar with the dye. The Easter egg instructions tell you to use vinegar with your dye. Don't do that. That's adding acid to your paper. You don't want to do that. So if you want to try to dye some papers, look around your house for things you have already. Don't buy dye. I mean, I know I've had these tea bags for at least 2 years, and my daughter has slowly gone through them, but I still had some of the 20 pack left. So now I can go buy some fresh tea bags. Have fun. Try it.